Hey there, this is Matt, and welcome back to another review. Uh, Getting to the end of the Tobe Hooper marathon, and then after that, I'm going to be taking a break off YouTube. Who knows how long. But sadly, this is the last, in my opinion, decent Tobe Hooper flick. I know a lot of people don't like the film. I disagree. I think this is, especially considering the next two, Mortuary and Gin, I think this is a very decent flick. I have seen the original Toolbox Murders. It wasn't my cup of tea. The lead guy in that was fine, but I thought the movie itself wasn't as good as the lead performance. This, though, Tobe Hooper took that idea and definitely made it his own. More of a I almost want to say monster movie, but that wouldn't exactly be the right way to say it. I like the story, how it was told. I like the direction Tobe Hooper did with this, where it's this hotel under renovation, and this new couple moves in. The boyfriend's always at work, and the lead girl, she starts noticing things. She notices symbols on the wall. Someone gives her this note that says, "Look for room 504," and she can't find it. And in fact, all the rooms that end in 4 are missing. As she befriends some people, they go missing, and it's her trying to figure this out. I thought the acting was pretty decent. Angela Bettis is the lead, and yeah, in certain films, I'm not the biggest fan of hers, but I honestly thought she did a decent job in this. I thought she was fine. Honestly, I think she did a good job. She was likable. She was a good citizen. What I mean by that, there's a moment where someone's screaming their lights out in a room. She immediately calls the police. The cops come, and you find out it's two people rehearsing for a movie. So the screaming was part of their dialogue. But she's by herself. She meets one person who, I forget the actress's name, but if you remember the Buffy TV show, she played Drusilla on that. She disappears, and then that's when another tenant, which is actually played by Ron Howard's dad, who seems like this old nice guy, gives her this book, and in it there's a note that says, "You'll find her in room 504." And I like the mystery aspect of her going to the preservation place, looking at blueprints, finding out that the guy who made the hotel back in the day pretty much made this entire townhouse amidst the hotel. And her investigating it and finding this place on the roof, this sort of secret place on the roof, and hatches and very narrow staircases and hidden layers, all with old newspapers and symbols and remnants of old Hollywood, a dead body, some nice practical effects, like a body that's been ripped in half. I liked that. I thought Angela Bettis did a good job. I liked the look, has some decent gore bits. The look of the guy who's heavily disfigured. I like the look of him. I like the little story it was telling. Why this killer's doing it. Deals with the renovations of the hotel. If you don't like Sherry Moon, zombie, she gets killed in the first scene. You have some nice misdirection where you think one thing's going to happen, like she's going to get hit with a hammer or something, and then you think it's this way, but then the killer's really here. And then she dies a pretty gory death. She gets the back of a hammer to the head, then split like a crowbar. And even when it comes up, there's like mattings of hair on it. One person gets fucked up with a nail gun, and then their body's like on the sort of put on the ceiling by the all the nails. Not an initial murder, but something we see after. That's where he hid the body. Another one gets their head sawed off this way. I did some really nice gory bits. I think the supporting cast do. Angela Bettis, I think, actually did a good job. The boyfriend was okay. I've seen better. I've seen much, much worse. He was okay. One guy I recognize as the doorman is Marco Rodriguez. He's actually in this movie. He's the supermarket killer in this movie. He's like, "You're free," and shoots the guy in the back. "I'm leader of the new world." "You're a disease, and I'm the cure." And he gets shot by Cobra. He's in this as the doorman, and he gets killed by some type of thing. It's not acid. It's some kind of powder. I forget exactly what it was, and it fucks up his face. And it's cut away, like his face is gone. Get a nice practical effect of that. I like the mystery of looking through the hotel and finding this little town inside the hotel. And I like the production look of that. I like the little mystery of that. One moment where there's something on her wall and there's a little box, and then she opens it up and there's human teeth in it. I like little moments of that nature. I thought the movie went at a good pace. It's only 80 some minutes long, not too long at all. I liked the boyfriend when he finds out what's going on. He's gun ho to try to help her. He's not a dead weight. He's not a chicken shit. He's not an asshole. He's head first. I'm trying to save his girlfriend. I like that. Because a lot of times their boyfriend's just filler. Maybe they tried to develop him a little bit in the first half, but I understood it was the fact that he was always at work and then she was always at home and things were happening to her. But maybe a little bit more development on the boyfriend. Also, that's one little thing. Another is at times they try to do these loud jump scares, usually with the store, like the loud noise of the music. It's supposed to scare us, but it doesn't. The film did not need that. My other critique is the the final moment of the film, which we're going to spoil right now. So it's not a downbeat ending because the boyfriend gets hurt, but he fucks up the bad guy. Then he gets put in the hospital, and then she's still there. Then the killer tries to kill her. She is fighting him, and then the police shoot him, and he gets knocked down and hung outside. But then he disappears, and you have a sequel bait ending. And I think they did do a sequel. Nothing to do with Tobe Hooper, but they did do a sequel. And from what I understand, that was a true piece of shit. I have no need to see that. It did not need a sequel bait ending. The loud jump scares with the music was not needed. And maybe some development with the boyfriend character in the first half. Like maybe have some moments with him at work and him talking with her on the phone or this and that, and maybe a little bit more development. But other than that, again, I thought it went at a fast pace. It's a short film. It's not too long at all. I thought Angela Bassett did a good job. It was nice to see the guy, this supermarket killer and Cobra, in a little role as a doorman. Ron Howard's dad, he's in it. That's cool. The girl played Drusilla and Buffy. Sherry Moon, zombie. She's in the first scene, gets killed. Some of the death scenes are fun and gory. I like the look of the killer. One of my favorite parts is the mystery aspect of the hotel and the history of the hotel and the little that really felt Tobe Hooper to me because whether it be Chainsaw 2, there's been a few movies where Tobe has put that in sort of narrow paths. I like when they do that in movies, whether it be The People Under the Stairs with Wes Craven, which, yeah, I would put that above this, but what I'm saying is I like when they do that, those narrow passageways and things you gotta crawl into and hidden layers and so forth. I think that's pretty cool. Unless it's Saw, because Saw, the first two I can watch, but after that it was so fucking pretentious. Like Jigsaw, the character became psychic because all the shit that he figured out to do ahead of time, I'm like, bullshit, my dick. But that's a different thing. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed the film. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. I think it's a pretty decent horror flick that, compared to a lot of films, even nowadays, let alone back when this came out in 2004, I really don't see what the big deal is. I don't really think the original Toolbox Murders is considered a classic. Maybe I'm wrong. I definitely like this more than that because I like the mystery story that I was telling. I thought Tobe Hooper made a decent attempt at an atmosphere of the hotel, this rundown, renovating hotel. Yeah, I think Angela Bettis did fine acting wise. I'm glad for the short pace because it didn't become longer than it needed to be. Again, didn't need the sequel bait ending, but again, those three things I mentioned, I really don't have much problems with the movie. It's a it's a decent slasher film. I liked it. I think it's a good slasher movie. That's really what it is at the end of the day. It's a good slasher movie. Idea, if you think this is bad, watch Mortuary and watch Jinn and watch Night Terrors and even Invaders from Mars, or even Crocodile. Like, watch those movies and then watch Toolbox Murders. I'll take the Toolbox Murders over any Hatchet movie. I know there's another one, as if we need it. Any Hatchet film, I'd rather watch Toolbox Murders from 2004. Easily take this over any Hatchet film. Because those have characters that annoy the piss out of me, while this didn't. Yeah, but hey, that's just my opinion. So I think this is a pretty damn decent flick. So thanks for watching. Take care. I know it was a pretty short review for me, but it's very matter of fact, straightforward flick. And there's nothing wrong with that. I do think it's one of the better Tobe Hooper flicks. I really do. So thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.